Good morning, friends. It is Saturday and I'm standing here next to Stuttgart main station. And my plan today is to catch the next best train that I can take with my Deutschland ticket anywhere, get off at a random stop and just see whatever fun is to be had in the little town or village that I presumably end up in. So let's go. Okay, the first one's Intercity, I can't take that one. But afterwards, the 1004 next to Göppingen on track 13. Catch it or is it gone? There we go, we're in a train. Our train is just about empty enough that I don't think I will annoy anyone. If I film here, and now it's time to figure out which stop we're going to get off at. Okay, so we're on a train to Göppingen, which means we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stops. And I couldn't find like a D20, so I just have like numbered cards. The train is now officially moving with like 6 minutes of delay, and now it's time to figure out which stop we're going. We're looking for a number between 1 and 8, and it's a 5. A 5 puts us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into Ebersbach. So Ebersbach is where we're going to get off and see if we can amuse ourselves for a few hours there, or if there's absolutely nothing to do there. We'll see. Okay, we've almost arrived. That was a very quick train ride. I mean, it is only like a good 30 kilometers outside of Stuttgart.
Nächster Halt Ebersbach an der Vils. Ausstieg in Fahrtrichtung rechts.
There you can hear it, but it's certainly way further out than I've ever been in that direction, and I assume most Stuttgarters haven't been here. I've spent most of the train ride just looking up what there might be to do there. It is, you know, a bit sparse. It's a small town. It doesn't have all too much going on all the time. But I'm sure I can at least spend a few hours there productively. And I'll see you once I get out in Ebersbach. Okay, we're out. Welcome to Ebersbach. I think our first stop is going to be the market, because Saturday is market day in Ebersbach. And that one's only going until like 11:30 or something. And it is now about 20 to 11, quarter to 11. So I'll get myself some food, maybe something from a bakery, and then commence my exploration. Okay, successfully acquired 2 apples and a little cucumber locally. It is kind of noticeable, you hear like a lot more Swabian than you would in the city, so like I had to make some effort to get a bit of Swabian coloring in my German, because otherwise if you speak like straight up standard German here, that will be kind of noticeable probably. People would notice you're not from here. Next I'll head to the bakery. Okay, food successfully acquired. Now we can start our exploration. We'll go this direction, which is I think where like the town hall is, and maybe some of the historic center. Well, they got some twin cities in France and maybe East Germany? I don't know. So that's the 1880s built town hall. It is now almost 11. And there's the more newly built part. Oh look, there's a sculpture. Ebersbach has in its coat of arms a boar, a quite fierce looking boar. And that's because, you know, Eber is a word that means like a male pig. And so you will find that kind of imagery all around here, like here on this, like here, the little red one here. This is a very nice town so far. Also, the weather's lovely. We Maybe that's what this sculpture is. Right in front of Town Hall, which is obviously closed on the weekend. That cool looking house apparently used to be a vicarage. I'll just see if I can cross the street here somehow. Behind that brewery. There, I think that's the brewery tower. They have like some art, some scenes from the town. I think the eagle with the beer keg is referring to the Adler brewery. And then there's people working a quarry. Apparently they had quarries here also for getting sand. Apparently the people who did that were called Sandler. So now you probably know where Adam Sandler's last name comes from. It's people quarrying sand. And then there's some more up there. Probably referring to the industry that developed here later. I have been able to download sort of a historical guide to the town from the town website, which has been very helpful in like knowing what I'm looking at and also being able to tell you about something, about a place that I don't know anything about. So now we're gonna make our way up to the oldest part of the town, the church. You can already here see some beautiful timber frame houses. This building here is the town museum, which unfortunately is not open. I think it's only open Thursdays and Sundays, annoyingly enough. But there also says something about the city. You can pause the video and read through that. I like the red and green color scheme they have going on with their posts here. The weather is beautiful now. Let's go up the hill to the church. Across the cemetery, which I obviously didn't film, where, you know, the chestnuts are starting to get ripe. It is, as I record this, mid-September, so this like beautiful sunny weather is anything but a given, but it definitely feels more like late summer than it does like autumn, although the local public pool, I think, is closing its doors for the year tomorrow. The church itself doesn't seem to be open. I mean, Protestant churches aren't necessarily open all the time the way Catholic churches are. And as you could maybe read on that sign if you pause the video, it's a 15th century construction. It is Gothic, but, you know, not the we have infinite money and 2 centuries time to build a giant cathedral Gothic, but, you know, just pointy windows, small town Gothic. And from here you do have a bit of a view over the town, but I do intend to, late in the day, make my way up to an even better lookout position. Let's go visit the library. I love libraries. I have to be quiet. Okay, back out. Love myself a library. Not just because of books, but obviously also has, you know, you can fill up your water bottle, has free Wi-Fi. And also I just used Street Complete to update the library's opening hours on OpenStreetMap. Street Complete is a very good app. Wherever you are, it shows you where you can add information to OpenStreetMap, you know, the open free to use maps mapping app. And for example, you can do things like it prompts you to check if the opening hours are still correct. They weren't. I had to change them. Also ask you, I don't know, is this street? What is the surface of this street? Is it paved? And I can say yes. It can also ask you, is there a handrail on this stairs, which might be important as an accessibility aid. You can also answer those questions. So if you're ever around somewhere, download the Street Complete app and help develop OpenStreetMaps further. And this little creek that runs under this bridge is the Ebersbach, that gives Ebersbach its name. Okay, it doesn't look so pretty on this side. This creek then goes into the Fils River, which is where we're headed next. They even put their bores on like their manhole covers. Look at it. Okay, let's go under the train line. Oh, look at it. It's got some geese. Oh no, some of the geese have run away. They're all the way over here. Oh no. That's the River Fils, which goes this way into the Neckar, I think. There should be like a little path along here. Yep, this is the path along the river. It's not all that pleasant because it's much more along the big road than it is along the river. The river's kind of down there. I wish we could get a bit closer there. Maybe there's a little path down. So I can sit down and maybe already eat a little something. It's not even 12 yet, I think, but I'm already getting quite hungry because I had an early-ish breakfast. Okay, now this is not an official path or anything, but it is a bit closer down to the river. A bit more grassy. I hope there's no nettles here. Now you can see the river next to us. I can't see any fish in it, but I wasn't planning on going fishing here anyway. I think I'll regain the path up here. Okay, it is lunchtime. I will have to use some water to clean my bought fruits and veggies from the market, and I have my baked goods. Would you believe what they sell this as? Apparently they sell this as a chocolate croissant. I don't know, do they know what a croissant is? But, you know, if it tastes good, we'll give them a pass on it. And I will see you once I get moving again. Okay, lunch break finished. This is a little park I had mine in. Back there there's a playground with a seesaw that was for a while occupied by two grown men having fun. Yeah, I had a pretzel, I had a little bread thing with like herbs and pepper, and one of my apples, which was excellent, very good apple, and here's still the rest of my little cucumber. We're going to head further east now, because I am on the lookout for a dandelion. That's a Mirabelle, the welcome dessert. Now, in case you're wondering what are they on about with a dandelion, A, you can find them anywhere, and B, it's autumn, they're not gonna look like much. And I was talking about this sculpture. This is an art installation which very much looks like a dandelion that has a bunch of little blue propellers that kind of turn in the wind, and that is here in the eastern entrance to the town, basically, in the middle of a roundabout main road. And I think it's very pretty. I'm sure your town doesn't have that. Okay, now I think we've seen quite a bit of the town, so now I want to make my way uphill here, past what I have there, public outdoor pool, and just to see if I can get a bit of a better view from above. So this is kind of the hiking portion of this little excursion. And there's the pool. I obviously don't have my swimming things with me. Otherwise I might consider going there because the weather really is warm enough. That's probably one of the last days where the weather would be warm enough to go swimming. But we'll just pass it and make our way further uphill. And that's our first view. I mean, it's mostly over some industrial area, but already looking nice. This is getting rather steep, but I think we're almost at the top. Okay, so I think, could you stop the music, please? Okay, so I think we've made it to about to the top now. Ebersbach being only like in the foothills of the Schwäbische Alb, these hills don't go up quite so tall, so I could like walk up here comfortably in probably less than half an hour, although it was enough to make me quite sweaty and out of breath. But when we saw the view earlier, the taller peaks that we saw in the distance, that will already be proper Schwäbische Alb and substantially taller. Right here, I don't really have a view because I'm in the middle of the forest and there's trees in the way, which I probably should have anticipated earlier. But we'll see if we can catch a glimpse of the town in the valley on our way back down. Okay, I made it out of the forest on the other side, and here we have empty fields and meadows, some fruit trees, some farms, and two big wind turbines that are standing still. It's just not particularly windy today. I think this little collection of houses constitutes a village that also is part of Ebersbach. Yes, that village there behind me that I showed you earlier is called Kapfenreuth. Now we're kind of just on the road on our way back down to town. You can hear some bird of prey calling. I hope we can get off the street fairly quickly because it's not that pleasant, and also I don't want to get run over. But I think I see a sign that says Eber Trail that direction, which sounds good to me. Oh, the Eber Trail is a mountain bike trail. I'm definitely not walking down there. I'm even more likely to get run over than I would be on the street. Well, I will reconsider. I think the bird of prey that's been calling all the time is a kite. I wonder, does the expression high as a kite come from the like the toy that you have on a string, or like from the bird? I don't know. Horse with a hat isn't here to help me this time, so I don't know. I think there should be a forest trail here that I'm shortcutting to. I can't see it. Wait, that looks like a trail. I mean, this trail is on Google Maps, but it's not all that pathy. It's like very overgrown. And I have to take care not to brush against any nettles. Makes good sounds though. Worse forest ASMR. Okay, that's not working well. I'm making an executive decision just to beeline it through the forest because, you know, the more light there is, the more small plants and undergrowth. So under the big trees, there's not as much undergrowth, so I hopefully should be able to make my way through there. I think that up there is the second path that Google Maps knows. Let's see if this one's better than the first. Yeah, I like this one much better. Looks much more like a path, although there are nettles, but just be careful where we tread. Okay, we have regained the road, and I think this time we'll actually have to follow it down for a good bit. And with that, we're officially back inside Ebersbach. Hello. A fat cat. Oh, look at you. Look at you. Oh, aren't you a sizable cat? Hello, you are very loud for being so tiny. Look at you. Oh no. You're out of focus. Goodbye, out of focus dog. Hey. And then going down back into the valley where the little creek ran. Imagine this gigantic valley with these huge tall slopes all carved by such a tiny little creek. You saw it earlier. And there's cows. But I don't think I can get to the cows. Okay, I was back up here at the church for a short minute because I wanted to find a geocache there. If you don't know what geocache is, I've explained that in another video. But there's also another one at a hidden site that I wanted to go look at anyway, which is down at the river, so we'll turn our steps that direction again. They really love their little piggies here. So this bench seems to be a pretty cool concept, if I understand this correctly. Apparently, if you sit here and put this sign to one direction you want to go, like Oswald, Münzwang, or nach Weiler, for example, you can sit on the bench and people know that you want a ride in that direction. If you don't want to ride, if you just want to chill out or have a little chat, you can flip the car to Schwetzle, or you can go to France. I just noticed I was going the wrong way, but there is an ice cream shop there, so let me see if I can get an ice cream at least. Okay, the ice cream here has not yet reached Stuttgart prices, so this was like 170. It does taste like 90% sugar though, but hey, what else are you looking for in ice cream? And here we are in the middle of this retirement home. Is behind me this gigantic water wheel. It has like 6 meter 20 diameter. It's really big. It's like 40 horsepower, and you can find it here. Look at this, like these. Okay, I wasn't able to find the geocache there, but that like water wheel was still very impressive. I've been here now for 4 hours approximately, and I'm getting kind of tired. I think I have done a very good job. I've done my best of trying to explore the city, trying to see what there is to do, and I will probably take the 3:20 train back from the train station, and I'll just look for like a quiet spot to rest a bit in the meantime. Okay, having cooled my weary feet in the waters of the Fils, I can now turn to eating my second apple and my chocolate croissant before I make my way back to the train station. Okay, let's head back. This is pretty. I don't know if this is the right way, but it's pretty. Is this a dead end? Can I go through there? Yes. And as the train pulls out of Ebersbach, I leave you here for this challenge. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you enjoyed it, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you whenever I get around to my next feat of nonsense. Goodbye!